Hi everyone, this is Heather from the Crystal Vein Tarot here to do your weekly pick a card reading for February 24th through to March 1st. So here we have pick a card number 1, pick a card number 2, and pick a card number 3. So pick a card number 1 has the yellow jade with it. That's a stone that works with your solar plexus. This is about willpower, drive, ambition, memory. And then we have pick a card number 2 that has the lapis lazuli here with it, and that's a very spiritually awakening, opening kind of card and tapping into your intuition. And then we have pick a card number 3 that has the obsidian, black obsidian with it, which is a very grounding stone. So take a look at the piles and decide if which pile kind of speaks to you or resonates with you or that you feel drawn to. Is it pick a card number 1, pick a card number 2, pick a card number 3, and then that will be your reading for the week of February 24th through to March 1st. I will timestamp each of the readings so you can just go directly to that reading. So let's begin. Okay, so for those of you who pick a card number 1, we're going to start with a finance, business, money, career, abundance reading, and then we're going to go into a love, relationship, and family reading. Okay, so we start here with the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. So the King of Wands is the energy of, this is someone who is very bold and powerful, charming, very charismatic, has a very charismatic energy, a lot of fire and drive here and ambition to get everything that he wants. So this is the energy that you're bringing forward this week in your business, career, money, finance sector, is that you feel nothing can hold you back right now. You're really being driven. You have a lot of drive and ambition. You're tapping into your creative side, because you do have the Page of Wands here. So you're solving problems by tapping into your creativity at work. Now, if you aren't, if you're currently seeking a job, then this is you being very ambitious, putting out a lot of resumes, and you know, if you get any interviews or anything like that, you're going to have a very you're going to wow them with your ambition, your drive, with that passion that you bring to the job and to the position, and your creative side, and being able to creatively solve problems. And we have a little clarifier here. It's the Knight of Air. So this is about using your intelligence, being very decisive, idealistic, and tireless. That's the energy of the Knight of Air. And this is that, you know, relating to your money, career, finance, things are going to happen and unfold very quickly. That air energy is very fast. And that you need to take time to review your options. So especially if you're looking for a job and you've had several interviews, carefully review your options. Look at what kind of position is going to best suit you, that you're going to thrive in. That's the biggest thing, is are you going to thrive in it? And this is also, the Knight of Air is also about you bringing creative solutions to the table with any kind of problem solving, or even projects and project planning. So so that's the energy in your money, career, finance. And let's see what we have for love. Wow, you have a lot of Wands energy, because now you have the Seven of Wands and you have the King of Wands here. And the Seven of Wands, this is you defending and protecting yourself against competition. So you could be vying for the attention of someone right now, and so there could be several suitors for someone, and you're competing for that person's attention. But you know, you have the King of Wands again. You have the King of Wands. So this week you're being very you are being very charming. You're very charming. You're very charismatic. You're very bold. You're kind of just putting yourself out there. So whether or not you're looking for a relationship, if you're looking for a relationship, then and you're single, then there again, whose attention you're competing for could have there could be competition, but with that King of Wands energy, I feel like, you know, you'll be fairly successful, because this is the type of person that when he wants something, he goes and gets it. And nothing stands in his way. He doesn't let anything stand in his way. Now, if you are in a relationship, then, you know, this Wands energy is all about inspiration, passion, fire. It's that lust type of energy. And that's the energy that's in the relationship for this week. And then we also have codependency here. So there could also be addictions that are affecting your romantic life. So this could be things like addiction to the computer. For example, if you or your spouse are always online, like always on social media and not paying attention to the other person, they might feel a little left out. Same with like things like addictions like shopping, can even be things like gambling. Work is an addiction for a lot of people. A lot of people are workaholics. But anything like that, this is anything that takes your time away from the person that you're in a relationship with, is this codependency here. So, and if this resonates with you, and you or your partner haven't been putting as much time into the relationship, it's time for you to have that discussion, because it's going to reignite that fire and that flame again in that relationship. So it's very nice little, this here is a very nice energy. I really like that energy, that Wands energy. So I'm going to pull an animal speak rune. See what animal you resonate with this week. And we have the bear. So this is about your inner voice. Okay, so these runes are new to me. I know quite a bit about the animals and what they represent, but I am going to follow the book on this one and just look up bear. Just need to find it. Sorry, bear with me and just be patient with me, please. Bear, so your inner voice. So the bear stimulates your intuition. It makes it stronger and clearer. It's showing up like this tells you to trust your intuition and find your strength in listening to your own inner voice, because you're beginning to sense, feel, and even see things that are not always visible to the eye. So things that are around you and those that you deal with daily. So trust it, no matter how strange it may seem, because it will prove itself out. The bear is also a symbol of the subconscious and the need to heed the inner voice and our own inner rhythms. So try to do things in time and manner that others do not try and do things in the time and manner that others may do them, and instead trust your own rhythms and your own bodily rhythms. So listen to the bear's guidance with that. So that's a very nice energy for you for the week of February 24th. And I'm going to pull a chakra rune here, and you have, wow, you have the third eye chakra. So I'm hoping that you can see it and it's not too dark. It is a pretty dark stone. So the chakra rune is all, this is your gateway really to the spiritual world and your intuition as well. So I'm getting a little bit of a chuckle that these are both about your inner voice and intuition. So the third eye is linked to the center of your psychic ability and higher intuition and the energies of spirit and light. So this is something that you can focus on this week, just to help you get through the week, especially if you find that things aren't quite going as you would like them to. Then take a moment to yourself, sit somewhere quiet, relax, take a deep breath in, deep breath out, focus right between your eyebrows on your forehead there, and just breathe into that chakra and breathe out, and just see if any ideas or any thoughts pop into your head, because that will be your intuition talking to you. So this concludes your reading for the pick a card number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, and then join me next week for next week's pick a card. Okay, welcome back. So for those of you who picked pick a card number 2 with the lapis lazuli, we're going to start with your money, career, finance, and abundance reading, and then move into your love, relationships, and family reading. So let's see what we begin with. So we begin with the King of Cups and the Six of Cups. Okay, so you have 2 Cups cards here. So that tells me that this is going to be a week for you where you're going to be really in touch with your emotions, or it's going to be an emotional week for you, because Cups is water energy, and water energy is that emotions. They're your ups in life. They're things that you that trigger your emotions. It also represents Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. But the King of Cups energy, this is someone who is very supportive. This is a supportive leader. This is actually a really beautiful card. So this is a supportive leader, someone who's very tolerant, has empathy, is very emotionally grounded. And because the kings they're masters of their energy, they're masters of their suit that they represent. So this is someone who's very even-tempered, very emotionally in tune with himself, even to the point of almost being intuitive, very intuitive. And he's very emotionally stable. So this is the energy that you're bringing to your work. And then you also have the Six of Cups energy here. And Six of Cups this is about nostalgia and reunions and longing kind of, or wanting that and thinking about that time of innocence. You know, like when you were a child and in your childhood, how things were so simple and easy. So you could be connecting here, whether or not it's your current job and you're doing a project, whether or not this is, or even just your job and you've had it for a while, or you're starting something new. This is leading me to believe that you're very emotionally connected to your job. So there's some emotional satisfaction, and you're quite enjoying it, almost like that's again that sense of nostalgia, and you're getting that from your work. You're getting that emotional satisfaction or emotional fulfillment. And if you're not, then this is an indication that you need to look at your job and what it is that you're doing, and find areas in it that you can find that emotional fulfillment and emotional satisfaction. And then you have the Ten of Water, which is really water energy, again, that Cups energy. So this is really another Cups card, which is again an emotional card. So this is about you being contented and having a rewarding life, particularly a family life, but also like just, you know, life in general. And it's also about your emotional and material needs are being met, and having trustworthy relationships at work, and so, you know, you probably have really good relationships with your co-workers at work. There's a lot of mutual respect there. So I'm now going to go into your love, relationships, and family reading. And we have the Seven of Pentacles here, and then we have the Six of Swords. Sorry, I'm going to move these cards up because I'm not sure if you can see them very well. There. So the Seven of Pentacles, this is a card about waiting. You're patient, and you've been putting effort into your relationship, but you are waiting. You're waiting for something to happen in there. And you do have the Six of Swords here along with it. And Six of Swords energy, this is about a transition. It can actually represent physically moving too. So you and your family, or even just you if you don't have a family, you could be relocating and moving, but it's some kind of a necessary transition for you. And but the Six of Swords, it's about moving from turbulent waters into more calming waters. And you see that there's the all dark clouds. So this is the negative, turbulent times, and this is the calm, positive, uplifting energy, because it's that light, it's that sun starting to shine through and break through the clouds. So I feel like with your relationships, whether or not they're romantic relationships, whether or not it's with relationships with friends or family or close family members, or even with your children, you've been working hard at those relationships. And if you've been experiencing a bit of rough waters or turbulent times in those relationships, do know that you are now headed towards calmer waters. You are heading towards something that more positive, because you've been putting in that effort, and that's what's leading to that more positive energy, because you've been putting the work into it. And then you also have the honeymoon card here as a final clarifier, and this is about enjoying the bliss holiday time together. So this is about you spending time with people. And again, if you're not in a relationship, it can just be people that you have close bonds with, family, friends, but this is you enjoying time and spending time with those people, especially like on a one-on-one. Now I'm going to pull an animal speak rune. And let's see what animal you resonate with this week. And we have the rat. Okay, so the rat this is about being industrious. So I'm putting it up there. And I'm just going to read from the book. These tiles are new to me, so I'm very excited about them. I've been waiting for them to come, and they finally came, so I'm going to include these in the readings. So the rat has the energy of being industrious. They're playful, they're intelligent, they're industrious. They're not dirty and diseased creatures like they're often made out to be. They're very organized and they work very hard. And again, you know, you have that Seven of Pentacles of that patient and working hard here. So the message with the rat is not to slack off now, because people are noticing you and the fruits of your labors are coming. Rats are also very prolific, and they remind us not to limit our activities or efforts, just like how rats reproduce, where they have two rats have many babies, and then their babies have many babies, and so on, that within a year 2 rats can turn into 1,000,000 rats. So it's that whole idea of don't limit your activities and efforts, because the sky's the limit here. So do involve yourself in as many creative projects as possible, and those creative projects are what are going to bring you that emotional fulfillment here. And do trust yourself to handle multiple undertakings successfully. So that's a really nice message for you. Okay, and I'm going to pull one final item here. So I'm going to just pull a chakra stone, and we have this is the root chakra. I'm going to hold it up, see if you can see it. Hopefully it's not too dark. Okay, and I feel like this really kind of is in sync with this here, because you know, if you've been working hard on your relationships and you've had a little bit of a rough patch, again, it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It can be though, but it can be any kind of relationship that you have. Again, like parent-child, friends, 2 close friends, or you and a sibling, so you and cousins, you and aunts and uncles. So it can be any kind of a relationship. But if you've been experiencing that a bit of turbulent times, and you've been working on those relationships and building them stronger, and now you're headed towards that light, well, that root chakra here, this is a very grounding energy. And the root chakra gives you energy to succeed. And that's kind of like resonating with the messages that are found in here. So this concludes the reading for the Pick a Card number 2. I really hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week for the next Pick a Card reading. Take care. Hi, and welcome to Pick a Card number 3. Okay, so we're going to begin with a money, career, finance, abundance reading, and then we're going to move into a love and relationship and family reading. So this is for anyone who picked the pile that was with the obsidian, the piece of the obsidian. I'm just going to move these cards up so you can see them a little bit better. I'm hoping that you can see them clearly. Okay, so let's see what energy we have for the week of February 24th to March 1st. So you start with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Swords energy. So this is in your money, career, finance, abundance. And that Knight of Wands energy, this is you being very free-spirited and very creative in your work environment, or in, you know, money, career, finance. So even if you aren't working at the moment and you're looking for a job, this is you being very creative and being inspired in that way to try and find something. The Knight of Wands has, again, that very free-spirited type of energy, that really lovely energy that, you know, looks forward and gets excited about challenges and changes. So it's a very positive energy for you. And then you have the Queen of Swords energy here as well. And this energy is about someone who's also very self-sufficient, and this is someone who also is very, very truthful, very honest, very upfront, very she tells it like it is, and there's no BS with her. She's very straightforward and gets right to the point. And again, so this is the energy that you're bringing forward at work, that you're just being very creative in any projects that you are undertaking, and you have that free-spirited type of energy, but there's also no BS with you. You also tell it like it is. And so that's the energy that you're bringing. And then you have the Two of Air here as a clarifier. And the Two of Air is about you being unable or unwilling to make a decision. So there could be a stalemate at work between you and your colleagues, or you and your boss. And you could also be pretending that there's no problem. So you could be trying to deflect if you have been experiencing any issues with a boss or co-workers. You may have been trying to sweep that under the carpet and hoping that it will kind of resolve or go away on its own. So this is, Spirit is saying that, maybe it's time for you to approach it in a very creative way in dealing with this person, and, just get right to the point, cut right to the chase, and just, again, that no BS, that very direct, very, just very logical, very reasonable, like bringing logic and reason forward in dealing with this. And again, being very truthful and having that very truthful energy about it. So, so it's not about pointing fingers or blaming on how this situation may have happened. It's about just like, here's the facts. And maybe that if you approach this person or this situation in that manner, then that will help to work to resolve it. And we're going to go into your love and relationships, and we have the Wheel and we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so you could be experiencing, you could be having difficulty making a decision with something. And the Two of Swords also does talk about compromise, and that it might be time to compromise. So this is in your love, family, and relationships. So if you are having an issue with someone at work, that can translate into this as well, this energy, and that it's time to compromise. You've reached that point. But you also have the Wheel here, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is about good fortune in your relationships and a turning point. So if you've been experiencing a bit of a lull or a lower point in your relationship, so this can be, again, romantic relationships. It can be relationships with any kind of family member. So parent-child relationship, aunts, uncles, siblings. So any kind of relationship like that, or even with your close friends. That maybe you haven't been socializing as much or going out, that's going to now change, and that wheel's now turning, and so that's coming in. So, and again, that Wheel of Fortune is also about good fortune and luck. So if you've been single and you've been looking for someone and you just haven't been able to find someone, well, things are changing, things are turning, and there's that good fortune and luck is on your side in finding someone. But there's still this energy here of compromising or making decisions. So you may be having a bit of a difficulty making a decision. And that was part of this one here too. Is that you might be unwilling or unable to make a decision, that there's a bit of a stalemate. So this energy is translating into your relationships as well, because this Two of Swords is the same as the Two of Airs. So that's what we have. Okay, so we have religious factors here. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Okay, so this can even just be... So you don't have to be very religious for this to apply. This can even be, this is about your ideologies and your beliefs and your values as well. So your values, your beliefs, your even beliefs between like what is right and wrong, or the types of your values and what you value in other people, the qualities that you value in other people and what you put to the highest standard. Those are the things that are influencing your love life. And of course they're going to influence your love life because, I mean, you really wouldn't probably want to be in a relationship with someone who has completely different values than you, or you know, especially when you look at things like what you consider right and wrong, or like even other simple, very basic things like manners, and what you see as good manners, what you see as bad manners. If you were someone that has good manners, and that's just, you know, that's who you are, and you got involved with someone who has very poor manners and like never says thank you, never says please, never says, you know, you get the idea. I mean, I'm really bringing it down to a basic level. Then that, you know, you might be okay with it in the beginning, but over time that would start to annoy you and bother you, and because you'd start to feel unappreciated because they never say thank you or they never say please, right? And so this is how that religious factors can influence your relationships and your love life, in your beliefs and your ideology and your values. So I'm going to pull an animal speak rune. So I just got these and I'm very excited about them, but I will be reading the book because I don't have them all memorized here. And you got the jaguar. Nice. And this is about reclaiming. So I'm just going to read the book so you can get a full picture of the energy of the jaguar. So the key word is reclaim. So when the jaguar shows up, this is a time, it reflects a time of reclaiming your own power. Okay, and this being this truthful, I feel like that's part of that reclaiming, like just being blunt and very to the point is part of you reclaiming your power here. So whether it was lost, stolen, or broken, this is a time to reclaim your power and express it again, even more strongly and solidly than if you had not lost it in the first place. You will soon enjoy the fruits of your labors. Nice. So the jaguar in nature is a stalker who will patiently wait until its prey is close enough to strike strong and hard. When jaguar appears, your patience is about to be rewarded, but you must strike when the opportunity presents itself. The jaguar is a symbol of mastery over dimensions in which others cannot survive. It heralds opportunities from various directions, so your efforts and patience are about to be rewarded in far greater ways than you had anticipated. So if you pursue the opportunities with discipline and control, you will be bestowed with the blessings of the hero's quest. The promise of the return to the hero's path will manifest within your life. Very nice reading. Okay, and I'm going to pull a chakra stone and see which one is resonating for you this week. Okay, and so we have the sacral chakra here. Okay, and the sacral chakra, let me just put that down. It's really hard to see on that dark cloth. Maybe I should have kept it white. So the sacral chakra is, this governs self-worth, your ability to flow with emotions freely. It even talks a bit about willpower as well and drive. So if you've been having any, again, and I feel like these two actually kind of resonate with each other. And so if you've been feeling like your self-worth is a little low, or you've been feeling that way, and focus on that chakra and like breathe into it and think and visualize the color orange, because that is the color of it, and let that energy come into you and wash over you, and just focus on that, especially when you're going into, if you do have to confront someone or deal with someone, really get yourself grounded and in tune with that chakra before you deal with that individual. So this concludes your reading for February 24th to the 1st. Thank you so much for watching me, and I will see you next week for the next weekly pick a card reading. Take care.